This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Sisters' dispute turns deadly. A wall of silence was erected around the premises on Little Key Road in St. Andrew yesterday, as residents refused to comment on a dispute which left one sister dead and another on the run. The police identified the dead woman as 42-year-old Josephine Martin, but the news sources say she was better known around the Little Key Road, Lyndhurst Road area as Tanisha. According to the police, about 8:30 Tuesday night, the two sisters had a dispute which developed into a fight during which a knife was used to slash Martin's throat. She was taken to hospital where she was pronounced dead. The other sister, whose name is being withheld, fled the scene. Detectives assigned to the Hunts Bay police station have launched a search for the alleged killer, who is believed to have sought refuge in a nearby inner-city community. The sources say the dispute between the two sisters developed after Martin's teenage daughter ran away from the family home in St. Catherine and went to live with her aunt on Little Key Road. It is alleged that the aunt tried to get Martin to give her the child's clothes, but the mother was adamant that the teenager should return to her home in St. Catherine. This led to an argument which ended with the killing of Martin. AG supports workplace vaccine mandates. Attorney General Marlene Malahoo Fort has sided with employers who have made vaccination against the COVID-19 mandatory for staff in an effort to slow the spread of the deadly novel coronavirus. However, she made it clear that the government's stance is that mandatory vaccination across the board is not on the table at this time. The Attorney General told reporters she believes employers are on solid legal footing when they ask employees to either take the job or present negative COVID-19 test results at the employee's expense at the start of each week. She was speaking on the sidelines of the donation ceremony at her St. James West Central constituency office yesterday. Employers are under a duty to ensure a safe system of work, so think about it. If persons are coming in and putting others at risk, the employers do have a duty to take action. If these same employees have to interact with the public and the public is going to be put at risk, there is also a responsibility to take action, Malahoo Fort said, adding that this should also be a concern echoed by every worker. The presence of an infectious disease among workers is going to be a problem because if people fall ill and are putting others at risk, all of us must be concerned about that, she continued. With the vaccine set to provide individuals with a fighting chance against the virus that has claimed the lives of more than 4 million people across the world, Malahoo Fort said she understands why an employer would push for staff to be vaccinated. I can't see anything unreasonable of an employer saying that if you choose not to take the vaccine, then you also must show that you are COVID-19 negative. A COVID-19 positive individual is going to put others that they come into contact with at risk, Malahoo Fort said. Taking the vaccine is medically and scientifically safe from all indications. It prevents extreme illness and hospitalization and is one of the options we have to contain the spread of the virus, the Attorney General added. She noted that if the government makes a vaccination against COVID-19 mandatory, that announcement will come from Prime Minister Andrew Holness. She stressed that the government has been undertaking extensive vaccination drives across the country as Jamaica grapples with COVID-19 cases. Our aim is to ensure that all persons are vaccinated because it is proven to prevent serious illness in the event of contamination. Right now, our main goal is ensuring that the doses of vaccines that we have are administered in a timely manner before they expire, Malahoo Fort noted. 3 arrested in Clifton boys' home beatings. 3 people have been arrested in connection with allegations of corporal punishment of wards at the Clifton boys' home in Darlington, Westmoreland, according to news sources. The police are expected to issue a release with details. In April, 2 administrators were suspended pending the outcome of a probe by the Child Protection and Family Services Agency and the police into the allegations. In an interview earlier this year, Reverend Harley Perrin, chairman of Clifton Boys' Home, disclosed, "We have had some allegations regarding some misconduct on the part of the administrators here. in terms of what could be described as physical abuse of wards of the state. It is alleged that they were on occasions beaten with a switch. He could not say the number of boys who had allegedly been beaten. Clifton Boys' Home was established in 1961 and is a private facility licensed for a capacity of 35 boys aged 7 to 18 years. The building was destroyed by fire in January 2017, displacing 28 boys. The Anglican Church in Jamaica, which operates the home, had stated that it would take $60 million to rebuild the facility. The new building was opened in October last year. Penwood senior teacher loses bid to quash dismissal. Former Penwood High School senior teacher Christopher Stevenson has lost his legal battle to quash his dismissal by the school board. The Court of Appeal on Tuesday refused the application and granted legal costs to the respondents, who were the school's Board of Management and the Teachers' Appeal Tribunal. Supreme Court Justice Carol Barnaby had in June dismissed Stevenson's application for leave to go to the Judicial Review Court to quash the board's decision to fire him. Stevenson then filed an application in the Court of Appeal. Stevenson, who was employed to the school in 2004, was fired by the board in March 2017 because of neglect of duty. He was fired for his failure to submit the school-based assessment (SBA) samples for several subjects to the Caribbean Examinations Council in 2016. He was selected as the school's coordinator and had the responsibility to submit the SBA samples. When CXC results were published in August 2016, students and their parents converged on the school to ask why the samples were not submitted. The board referred the matter to the school's personnel committee, which had a meeting in November 2016 and ruled that Stevenson should answer to a charge of neglect of duty. A hearing was held by the school board in December 2016, and the decision was taken that Stevenson should be dismissed. He appealed to the Teachers' Appeal Tribunal, contending that several breaches took place during the hearing and also claimed that the punishment was excessive. The tribunal found that it had no basis to disturb the sanction. The Court of Appeal upheld legal arguments from attorney-at-law Hugh Wildman, who represented the school board, and attorney-at-law Tamara Dickens from the Attorneys General Chambers, who represented the tribunal, that Stevenson did not show that the school board or the personnel committee committed any jurisdictional errors. B.G. Stout further remanded. Portland businessman Everton B.G. Stout MacDonald, who reportedly ordered the murders of his former spouse and wife, was further remanded when he appeared in court yesterday. The Home Circuit Court was informed that the accused no longer had an attorney, as the lawyers who had been representing him were only retained for the bail application. Attorneys at law Bert Samuels and Matthew Hyatt were retained. Consequently, MacDonald was instructed to settle his legal representation for the next court date on December 9. MacDonald, who is facing 2 counts of conspiracy to commit murder, was remanded. His co-accused, Astra Barnes, who was previously offered bail but is yet to find a suitable alternative address, was also remanded. In the first murder matter, a cold case, MacDonald is charged in connection with the killing of Merlene MacDonald, who was shot dead outside her home in Bound Brook, Portland in May 2009. It is alleged that he had paid a police detective to kill his wife after their marriage crumbled and she left the matrimonial home. In the other case involving his second wife, Tonya MacDonald, he is charged along with Barnes in connection with the July 20, 2020 murder. Tonya's partially burnt body was found with the throat slashed beside her burnt car along the Sherwood Forest Main Road in Portland last July. Another man, Devlin Minot, said to be the contract killer, was also arrested and charged and pleaded guilty in the Home Circuit Court last September and was sentenced to 19 years in prison. Nanny goat saves kids from thieves. It was the maternal connection between a goat and its young that assisted residents of a St. Catherine community to nab suspected goat thieves. 3 men were arrested and a motor car seized by the Guanaboa Vale police in an incident in Bendon District, Kitson Town last Thursday. The men were held when they were caught with 2 goat kids. The animals were allegedly found after alert residents accosted the men who had been seen loitering in the area. The mother goat allegedly kept sniffing around the vehicle, which further raised the residents' suspicions. Yes, the mother goat started to bawl and sniff the car. I saw the two goat kid them fine, a resident said. The kids were allegedly found in the trunk of the vehicle. Residents then reportedly called the police. The police confirmed that about 1:30 p.m. last Thursday, the men were seen in the area. They reportedly stole the goats and placed them inside a Nissan selfie motor car, but they were intercepted by alert residents and the police. Police investigators believe that they have made a breakthrough in the goat stealing racket. Sources say that within a one-week period, more than 20 goats valued at more than $1 million were stolen within the Clifton town area. We find that these farmers are hardly reporting these matters, a senior investigator said. We take it very seriously and need the reports for us to act in a timely manner. The cops also use the opportunity to warn persons to do thorough background checks when renting their vehicles. This is a rented vehicle. Owners need to do more checks and balances to be sure that the customers are genuine, an investigator said. The men were to be questioned in the presence of their attorney before charges are laid against them. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.